Hi there. Now, I just want to do a little talk. I always say that at the start of my videos. Probably it makes me feel a little bit better. Calms me down a bit. Because, I've got to be feeling good when I'm talking about this path. And as you can see in this picture, this picture isn't clear, but I kept this picture because it kind of demonstrates the fact that, the picture's just taken the camera, has taken a different kind of picture, and it looks more mashed. What's the difference? Just the way that the camera saw it at the time. Means like a different perspective or a different way you see things, and it looks more mashed together than solid. And what's the difference between solid and non-solid? Probably that. It's all just awareness, you see. Everything has to come from nothing, meaning one infinity. That's why everything's one. This is what happened to me when I had this, every day since the unexpected spiritual awakening. I get new awakenings all the time. It's non-stop. And, and that's why I put the Jesus Christ, the awakening, the rebirth thing. I used to talk a lot about this rebirth thing that happened to me during the awakening. But I don't talk too much about that because I go over it in my head. I talk about the other things. I don't talk about everything that I experienced, but yes, I did experience a rebirth, but I'm not going to go too much into detail into that, but that's all I'll say, that there was a rebirth experience, and yeah, and that's it, and I went through this amazing spiritual awakening. I didn't know what it was at the time, so you can imagine the fear I was in, and there was no drugs involved, so, and it's still going on today. But the reason I don't talk too much about the rebirthing is because it's a very personal experience, and also, yes, it's a beautiful experience, but it is still very personal. I do try and share little bits of it, but I think for me, if something's really, really personal, I won't share it. The stuff I share is to help the global awakening, or if I think that I can share something, but maybe I feel at this time that it's personal and that people wouldn't understand anyway, if I was to really talk about it. But it's something that I go over in my head, so don't go thinking that I'm giving you all of my information. I'm not. I'm giving you some information. There's many things I keep to myself, and because the reason is because you don't need me. What I'm showing you is how to access your divinity, which is the most important thing. You don't get to your level of divinity by following Christ or following Buddha or following me. It's all about going within yourself. I saw a post yesterday on the internet, a stupid post that said, "Don't go within, you'll be depressed, follow Jesus." Well, that's good you're following Jesus, but if you're feeling depressed within, that means you've got unhealed parts that need to be addressed. You need to focus on them. You need to meditate upon them, and so that you can work them out and heal them. If you're just ignoring them, they're still going to be there. And you can do anything. You can do anything outward. But the real issues are always within us. How you see the world is based on how you are within. It's like we're projecting our feelings onto our reality, onto what we perceive as our reality. You know, and so that's why it's so important to look within. And in this, you realize that you never actually needed someone else or something else in your life, because all that something else and someone else was actually you to begin with. You see, like I was saying earlier, everything comes from nothing. It has to come from nothing, doesn't it? You have to have a nothing at some stage. Now, nothing is infinity, right? But it also must be awareness to be aware in the first place. Even though you might have experiences in sleep where you think you're not aware, you're still vibrating at a certain level. And even in death, the body changes and stuff, and beasties come along. If the body was complete, if death was completely non-moving, that couldn't happen. So there's always movement, always life. And the nothing, like I say, would have to be the awareness. So that means one awareness. So it's all you. This is what happens in spiritual awakening. This is what happens, and all awakening is basically, you know, listen to your inner guidance. That's it. You just listen to your inner guidance, your inner voice. It's that animal in you. That's what that inner voice is. It's that animal that knows what is right for you. We all have it. You know, this animal instinct thing, and you let it lead you the way. When you don't let it lead you the way, then you're just going to have problems. You know, when you're going by your head, but when you let that animal in you just lead the way, guide you, then everything's perfect then. And what it showed me is to, like I said yesterday, is to follow that animal, and as you're following your desires, you're being more present. And then you let go of things. You know? So this has been the way for me. But yeah, it's true, everything has to come from nothing. It's like it's like this picture here. It's just a different picture, a different way the camera looked, and it looks all mushy. And scientists say everything comes from nothing, but in that is energy, because it must be awareness to begin with, like I say. But it's not physical. That's what they say also, it's not physical. We experience it physical, but it's like you can't tell me your next thought. We don't think our thoughts. See, we are just actors in the movie, but the awareness is the director of the movie. That's it. The person who you think you are is just the character in the film, but the awareness, the infinite awareness, is the God, and that is the director of it all. And in awakening, you're ascending and aligning now with the God, which is the awareness. Not the illusion self, not the self that we're told we are. This is what most people do. Society, normal society, is a society where people see things and repeat things, and that's it. And if you think outside of this tiny box, then you're branded as crazy. But those times are over now, because the global awakening happening, and people from all different countries in the world have had spiritual awakenings. And science now is pretty much saying the same things, you know. Like heart-based living. Heart Math Institute in America talks about heart-based living. This is something that happens when you wake up. And you can wake up just now by simply living from your heart. And so it's not, you know, anyone that brands this as crazy is crazy themselves, because they're not aware that this is scientific, psychological. You know, it's so it's not crazy. It's not crazy at all. It's very logical to understand that everything has to come from nothing. Means that you're the God. You're the nothing, you're the God, you're the infinity. There is no other than you. There is no separation. Right? But it also means that within this, you are experiencing an individual life. It means that you have to have your own journey. You can't follow what I'm doing. You have to go within you and find your own spiritual path. You have to tap into your own higher self, your divinity, and let that lead you the way. And when you're doing this, things manifest. Like I always practice presence, and things just manifest in my reality without me actually doing anything. And it's this abundance thing. And the law of abundance is all about not wanting. And once you stop this mind, once you train your mind to not chase things, start practicing presence, then you'll start noticing your reality changing. You'll start attracting more stuff. Like this information, I don't even ask for information. I didn't even ask for the spiritual awakening. You know, I think that the awakening showed me, in general, I think I have a natural innocence about me that was unique, and that maybe attracted the awakening. I think that is the way it's always been. And so that's what I think anyway. That's what I think manifested the awakening. I think innocence is divine, and that's how the awakening happened, because of that personality, that innocent kind of personality. A bit vulnerable, but vulnerability is very open. And this is, in terms of divine and divinity and stuff like that, that attracts that kind of stuff. Like when you're not wanting anything, that's a vulnerability in a way. And reality is attracted to that kind of energy. You know? So it's all about training yourself to be like a child again, and to be open to anything. Because anything's possible within infinity, is there? You know, infinite nothingness, anything can pop up. You don't know, but anything can happen. But if you're closed off with your minds and your beliefs, then you're not going to be open to other ideas. So it's all about reprogramming yourself and training your mind to be open to different things, and understanding that everything on this planet, or any planet, is made up. Someone once made everything up. Nothing's sacred, it's just made up by somebody. Like, I had an experience, I believe I had the experience, but I'm still making it up in my own head. You know what I'm saying? So nothing is really real. Just imagination. Just awareness. And in that awareness is imagination, and imagination runs away with itself. And this is what we call form. But I'm talking about the infinite, limitless imagination, which you can tap in right now by going within yourself. Listen to your inner voice. What is it that you didn't do that you really should have done? And just let that lead the way. You know? And forgive yourself. You know, the right people will manifest. Or the right things, my people. All you have to do is to love yourself, and you attract what you are. But anyway, I'm just going to leave it there. If you're watching, you're meant to watch it. Everything falls to divine order and divine timing. Thank you for watching.